Hello, it's been a while. Beginning of the school year, always so busy. But let's not forget about our story of wonder. And we left off with Miranda starting to tell her side of the story. So let's get back to what she says about everything going on between her and Via. What I miss most. One of the things I miss most about Via's friendship is her family. I loved her mom and dad. They were always so welcoming and nice to me. I knew they loved their kids and more than anything. I always felt safe around them, safer than anywhere else in the world. How pathetic that you felt safer in someone else's house than in my I felt safer in someone else's house than in my own house, right? And, of course, I loved Augie. I was never afraid of him. Even when I was little, I had friends that couldn't believe I'd ever over to Via's house. His face creeps me out, they'd say. You're stupid, I'd tell them. Augie's face isn't so bad once you get used to it. I called Via's house once just to say hello to Augie. Maybe part of me was hoping Via would answer. I don't know. Hey, Major Tom, I said, using my nickname for him. Miranda! He sounded so happy to hear my voice, it actually kind of took me by surprise. I'm going to regular school now, he told me excitedly. Really? Wow, I said, totally shocked. I guess I never thought he'd go to a regular school. His parents have always been so protective of him. I thought he'd always be that little kid in the astronaut helmet I gave him. Talking to him, I could tell he had no idea that Via and I weren't close anymore. It's different in high school. Hold on. Let's see, where was I? Hold on. It's different in high school, I explained to him. You end up hanging out with loads of different people. I have some friends in my new school, he told me, a kid named Jack and a girl named Summer. That's awesome, Augie, I said. Well, I was calling to tell you I miss you and hope you're having a good year. Feel free to call me whenever you want, okay? Augie? You know I love you always. I love you too, Miranda. Say hi to Via for me. Tell her I miss her. I will. Bye. Bye. Extraordinary, but no one there to see. Neither my mother, my father, nor my father could come see the play on opening night. My mother because she had this thing at work, and my dad because his new wife was going to have her baby any second now, and he had to be on call. Zach couldn't come to opening night either. He had a volleyball game against Collegiate he couldn't miss. In fact, he had wanted me to miss the opening night so I could come cheer him on. My friends all went to the game, of course, because all their boyfriends were playing. Even Ella didn't come. Given a choice, she chose the crowd. So on opening night, no one that was remotely close to me was even there. And the thing is, I realized in my third or fourth rehearsal that I was good at this acting thing. I felt the part. I understood the words I spoke. I could read the lines as if they were coming from my brain and my heart. And on opening night, I can honestly say I knew I was going to be more than good. I was going to be great. I was going to be extraordinary. But there would be no one there to see. We were all backstage, nervously running through our lines in our heads. I peeked through the curtain at the people taking their seats in the auditorium. That's when I saw Augie walking down the aisle with Isabel and Nate. They took 3 seats in the fifth row near the middle. Augie was wearing a bow tie, looking around excitedly. He had grown up a bit since I'd seen him almost a year ago. His hair was shorter, and he was wearing some kind of hearing aid now. His face hadn't changed a bit. Davenport was running through some last-minute changes with the set director. I saw Justin pacing off stage left, mumbling his lines nervously. Mr. Davenport, I said, surprising myself as I spoke. I'm sorry, but I can't go on tonight. Davenport turned around slowly. What? He said. I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? I'm just, I muttered, looking down. I don't feel so well. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going to throw up. That was a lie. It's just last-minute jitters. No, I can't do it, I'm telling you. Davenport looked furious. Miranda, this is outrageous. I'm sorry. Davenport took a deep breath like he was trying drain himself. To be truthful, I thought he looked like he was going to explode. His forehead turned bright pink. Miranda, this is absolutely unacceptable. Now go take a few deep breaths and I'm not going on, I said loudly, and the tears came to my eyes fairly easily. Fine, he screamed, not looking at me. Then he turned to a kid named David, who was a set decorator. Go find Olivia in the lighting booth. Tell her she's filling in for Miranda tonight. What? Said David, who wasn't too swift. Go, shouted Davenport in his face. Now! The other kids had caught on to what was happening and gathered round. What's going on? Justin said Justin. Last minute change of plans, said Davenport. Miranda doesn't feel well. I feel sick, I said, trying to sound sick. So why are you still here? Davenport said to me angrily. Stop talking, take off your costume and give it to Olivia, okay? Come on, everybody, let's go, go, go. I ran backstage to the dressing room as quickly as I could and started peeling off my costume. 2 seconds later, there was a knock, and Via half opened the door. What is going on? She said. Hurry up, put it on, I answered, handing her the dress. You're sick? Yeah, hurry up. Via looked stunned, took off her t-shirt and jeans and pulled the long dress over her head. I pulled it down for her and zipped up the back. Luckily, Emily Webb didn't go on until 10 minutes into the play, so all the girls handling hair and makeup had time to put Via's hair up in a twist and do a quick makeup job. I'd never seen Via with a lot of makeup on, so she looked like a model. I'm not even sure I'll remember my lines, Via said, looking at herself in the mirror. Your lines. Your lines. You'll do great, I said. She looked at me in the mirror. Why are you doing this, Miranda? Olivia. It was Davenport. Hush shouting from the door. You're on in 2 minutes. It's now or never. Via followed him out the door, so I never got a chance to answer her question. I don't know what I would have said. Anyway, I wasn't sure what the answer was. So, she pretended to be sick, so she could play her role in front of her parents. Now that's a kind person. Even though they've had their differences, I think she still wants to be her friend.